With me is Tom Lang. You are the publisher of Michigan Golf Journal and a freelancer. And when it comes to golf, you are one of the Dean reporters. You've been around a long time. 2019 golf season, there's been a lot of rules changes. There have. Maybe we can talk about that. What's the most significant change that we've seen for the 2019 golfer?
As far as rules?
Yeah.
I would say probably leaving the flag stick in the hole. I like it as a viewer on TV. I mean, even though they put the little white chalk line around the hole in the past years, I just think it shows up so much better. Some people complain it's a backstop. I don't feel that way. And if it is, it's a backstop from a 100-yard chip shot. So do you go take up the flag out of the hole then? No. Why not leave it in for putting?
I think, definitely when I'm playing by myself or with my buddies, I don't mind, especially the speed up playing. You got people standing on the tee box. Exactly. I get that. I don't really care what they do at the professional ranks, but I do agree the flag always does look nice. And if people couldn't follow the puck for hockey, looking at a golf hole from, if somebody's taking a shot from 250 yards away, that's 750 feet, and you need to see that. And some people can't see it. I can, but it's tough for a lot of folks.
Agreed. I think the one that surprised me the most was the pros adapting to the drop from the knee. You saw a lot of guys still doing this from up high, just out of habit. So there were some people who were penalized for that, at least on tour.
Yeah, and you have that. Taking a look at golf in the state of Michigan, we were not blessed just 5 years ago, but now we are blessed with a senior stop and every other year senior stop. We have the professional golf is going to come with the Rocket Mortgage, and we have 2 LPGA events, and we are at Blythefield Country Club, and they kind of started all just 5 years ago.
Well, you're right. We had a dead spot in professional golf tours here in Michigan. 5 years ago, Meyer brought this tournament back here. I actually credit them for doing that. I think they showed the business community that fans would come out and money could be earned for charities. And the Simply Give charity that's benefits from this is a great program, feeds local neighbors through food pantries. It's just, even the defending champ here, who won last year, gave 1/3 of her winning prize back to Simply Give. That's how much it impressed her.
$100,000. And a lot of the PGA Tour, she made $1.6 million, was 9th in the money list last year. On the PGA Tour, they got a lot of tournaments where guys clear that for first place. So like you said, that was a big thing. But to keep, I guess, a statement going, usually when you do these press conferences, they are at the ritzy part, you're eating the nice food and all that. We went over to the food pantry and where they sell the resale clothes. And to me, that really impressed me because they could have had this anywhere, impressed all the big folks. But instead, we were at places where people shop this morning.
Yeah, it was a nice, intimate press conference. The intention was to educate people about what this is about. And Simply Give has been a great program. And this tournament in the first 5 years has raised $4.2 million, which does not happen on the LPGA Tour. This is one of the highest earning for charity tournaments out there. In fact, last year's tournament won the award from the LPGA Tour as the best fan experience. It's just a great place to come.
And taking a look, let's talk a little bit about your publication. Tell us about some of the things that you cover and, and kind of brag on yourself a little bit.
Oh, thanks. I try not to. But the Michigan Golf Journal, which people can read at michigangolfjournal.com. I also email it out to 170,000 people. It's designed to be feature stories, some news. I try not to do like tournament results per se because it can get a little old.
It's dated, yeah.
Yeah, it's a monthly magazine. But it's all digital. It's online. Very easy to read, magazine format. I do a lot of feature stories. This month alone, I've got guest columns from about Tiger Woods. I got a guest column from the Michigan State women's golf coach about her team going through 2 bouts of cancer with 2 different players in the last 8 years. I just try to provide interesting background, feature type stuff. Some travel. Some news that's come out in Michigan. It's all Michigan based. You're not going to read about what's going on at the national level. It's what's going on in Michigan is what I want to convey.
Yeah, and I think you're saying you like the localized stories. That's why we call this Michigan golf scene. We might bleed into Indiana or something a little bit, but at the same token, the localized stories is what captures people's attention and their emotion and keeps them coming back because they can get golf scores from the Golf Channel.
Well, that's the way I feel about it. If you want national news, you can find it on PGAtour.com or LPGA, whatever it might be. But there was a big hole as newspapers continue to drop a sport like golf in the last 4 or 5 years. I just felt we got to put this back out there for people, have some place to report golf news that's going on in Michigan.
Yeah. Well, Tom, thanks a lot for coming on. We're going to talk to you soon enough. Thanks for taking a few minutes at Blythefield Country Club for the Meyer, I guess, Simply Cares tournament. And so with that, we're gonna see you next time. Thanks, Tom.
Thank you.
All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and pause it real quick, and then we're just gonna talk about this hole, and then